Stafford is a market town in the county town of Staffordshire, in the West Midlands region of England. It lies about 15 miles north of Wolverhampton, 15 miles south of Stoke-on-Trent and 24 miles northwest of Birmingham. The town population in 2021 was 71,424 and that of the wider borough of Stafford was 122,000, making it the third largest in the county after Stoke-on-Trent and Newcastle-under-Lyme. Early years. Stafford was born in Tampa, Florida to John and Margaret Stafford. He lived in Dunwoody, Georgia, while his father attended graduate school at the University of Georgia. He has one sibling, an older sister named Paige. His family then moved to Dallas, Texas, and Stafford attended Highland Park High School with Los Angeles Dodgers pitcher Clayton Kershaw. He was coached by Randy Allen and was widely considered to be one of the best high school quarterbacks in the United States in the class of 2006, ranked ahead of Tim Tebow. In 2005, he led his team to a perfect 15-0 record and won the UIL 4A Division I state championship. During the playoff run, Stafford beat Ryan Mallett's Texarkana, Texas 38-31, as well as Jevon Snead's Stephenville 41-38. Stafford had over 4,000 yards passing despite not playing in the first 3 games of the season due to a knee injury. Stafford received numerous accolades, including being named to the Parade All-America team and the USA Today preseason Super 25 in 2005. He also won the MVP and Best Arm awards at the 2005 EA Sports Elite 11 Quarterback Camp and was named the 2005 EA Sports National Player of the Year. Regarded as a 5-star recruit by Rivals.com, Stafford was listed as the #1 pro-style quarterback prospect in the class of 2006 by Rivals.com before he had even started a game at the collegiate level. Analyst Mel Kiper Jr. predicted, correctly, that Stafford would eventually be the first pick in the NFL draft. College career. 2006 season. Stafford graduated early from high school and enrolled at the University of Georgia in January, where he became the first true freshman quarterback to start for the Georgia Bulldogs football team since Quincy Carter in 1998, and first out of high school to start since Eric Zayer in 1991. Stafford wore number 7 at Georgia. He completed 5 of 12 passes for 102 yards and 1 touchdown in a Georgia spring game. Stafford debuted late in the season opener of the 2006 season against Western Kentucky and went 3 of 5 passing for 40 yards and a touchdown pass in the 48-12 victory. During the season's third game, against South Carolina, starting quarterback Joe Tershinsky III was injured, forcing Stafford to come off the bench. Although he completed just 8 of 19 passes for 171 yards and 3 interceptions, Georgia won the game, 18-0. Against University of Alabama Birmingham the following week, Stafford made his first collegiate start. Georgia won, 34-0. Victories over Colorado and Ole Miss improved Georgia's record to 5-0. But the heart of the conference schedule loomed. The rest of the season was inconsistent for Stafford and the Bulldogs. Following home losses to both Tennessee and Vanderbilt, head coach Mark Richt named Stafford the starter for the rest of the season ahead of Tershinsky. Stafford completed 20 of 32 passes for 267 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 27-24 win over Mississippi State, and was named the SEC Freshman of the Week for his efforts. Statistically, he had his best game of the season against the number 5 Auburn Tigers. Stafford finished the game 14 of 20 for 219 yards and a touchdown, and added 83 rushing yards and a touchdown on 7 carries in Georgia's 37-15 upset win. The following week, Stafford led the Bulldogs on a 12-play, 64-yard drive and threw a late game-winning touchdown pass to Mohamed Massaquoi in Georgia's 15-12 win over number 16 Georgia Tech. Stafford completed his freshman season by leading Georgia to a 31-24 come-from-behind victory over Virginia Tech in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, after the Bulldogs trailed 21-3 at halftime. Stafford threw for 129 yards and a second-half touchdown to spark the comeback and allow Georgia to finish the season with a 9-4 record. Stafford finished with 1,749 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions. 2007 season. Stafford threw for 234 yards and 2 touchdowns as the Bulldogs defeated the Oklahoma State Cowboys 35-14 in the season opener. Against Alabama, the Bulldogs avoided an 0-2 start in SEC play by escaping Bryant-Denny Stadium with an overtime win. Stafford connected with senior wide receiver Mikey Henderson on the Bulldogs' first play from scrimmage in overtime for the winning score. In the win over number 9 Florida, he completed 11 of 18 passes for 217 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a career-long touchdown pass of 84 yards to Mohamed Massaquoi and a 53-yard touchdown pass to Henderson. The wins over Florida, Auburn, and Georgia Tech marked the first time that Georgia had defeated all 3 rivals in the same season since 1982. Stafford had 175 yards passing and a touchdown pass during Georgia's 41-10 rout of the number 10 Hawaii Warriors in the 2008 Sugar Bowl. He completed 194 of 348 passes for 2,523 yards and 19 touchdowns as well as 2 rushing touchdowns for the season. He finished 5th in the SEC in pass completions and 6th in passing touchdowns. Stafford helped lead Georgia to an 11-2 record, their best mark since the 2002 season, and a number 2 ranking in the final AP poll. 2008 season. Stafford was chosen to Athlone Sports preseason Heisman favorites others to watch list. Georgia was ranked number 1 in both the preseason coaches poll and the AP poll, marking the first time Georgia has ever been number 1 in the preseason version of either poll. The team entered the 2008 season with the longest active winning streak among the 66 BCS conference teams, having won its last 7 games of the 2007 season. He helped lead them to victories in their first 4 games to move the winning streak to 11. Stafford and the Bulldogs suffered their first setback in a 41-30 loss to number 8 Alabama on September 27. Stafford rebounded by helping lead the team to victories in 5 of the next 6 games, the lone exception being a 49-10 loss to the eventual national champion Florida Gators. In that stretch, he threw for over 300 yards in victories over Tennessee and Kentucky. In the final regular season game against Georgia Tech, Stafford completed 24 out of 39 attempts for 407 yards and 5 touchdowns, setting personal collegiate highs for passing yards and touchdowns in a single game, albeit a 45-42 loss. Stafford finished the season with a conference-leading 235 pass completions for 3,459 passing yards, the second most in school history, and 25 touchdowns, the single-season record for passing touchdowns. He led the SEC in pass attempts and passing completions while finishing 3rd for passing touchdowns. Georgia finished the regular season with a 9-3 mark and qualified for the Capital One Bowl. After defeating Michigan State 24-12 and winning the MVP of the 2009 Capital One Bowl, Stafford finished his 3 years at Georgia with a 3-0 record in bowl games and a 6-3 record in rivalry games. Stafford chose to forego his senior season and entered the 2009 NFL Draft. Awards and honors. Named SEC Freshman of the Week twice during the 2006 season. Named Rivals.com's National Freshman of the Week for his performance against Auburn on November 11, 2006. Received the University of Georgia's 2006 Offensive Newcomer of the Year award. Named to the 2006 SEC Coaches All-Freshman Team. Named Offensive MVP of the 2006 Chick-fil-A Bowl. Named All-America in 2008 by Pro Football Weekly. Named to Second Team All-SEC in 2008. MVP of the 2009 Capital One Bowl. Statistics. Stafford's 25 touchdown passes in 2008 broke the previous Georgia record of 24, set by DJ Shockley and Eric Zaire. Stafford's 3,459 yards passing in 2008 were second most in Georgia history, surpassed only by Zaire's 3,525 yards in 1993. Professional career. In April 2008, several NFL analysts predicted Stafford would be the number 1 pick in the 2009 NFL Draft if he chose to leave school early. He eventually did, and on April 24, 2009, agreed to record contract terms with the Detroit Lions to become the first overall pick of the 2009 NFL Draft, one day before the draft was held. The 6-year contract reportedly contained $41.7 million in guaranteed money and carried a total value of up to $78 million. Detroit negotiated a deal with Stafford on April 24, 2009, less than 24 hours before the draft. Detroit Lions. 2009 season. 2010 season. 2011 season. 2012 season. 2013 season. 2014 season. 2015 season. 2016 season. 2017 season. 2018 season. 2019 season. 2020 season. Los Angeles Rams. On March 18, 2021, Stafford was traded to the Rams in a package involving Jared Goff, a 2021 third-round pick and 2 first-round picks in 2022 and 2023. 2021 season. 2022 season. NFL career statistics. Regular season. Postseason. NFL records. Most passing touchdowns in a single game by a rookie quarterback, 5. Youngest quarterback to throw for at least 5 touchdowns in a single game. First player in NFL history to complete 60% or more of all passes in each game in a season. Most games with at least 1 touchdown pass in a season, 17. Most consecutive 350-plus yards passing games, 4. Most passing yards thrown for in a single game without a touchdown pass. Most passing attempts in a season, 727. Most pass attempts per game, season, 45.44, 2012. Most games with 40-plus pass attempts in a season, 13. Fastest player to reach 25,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 30,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 35,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 40,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 45,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 50,000 career passing yards. Fastest player to reach 3,000 completions. Most passing yards in first 100 games. Most fourth-quarter comebacks in a season, 8. Most game-winning drives in a single season, 8. Only quarterback to have thrown for 500-plus yards in a single game and 5,000-plus yards in the same season. Detroit Lions franchise records. Most career pass completions 3,898. Most passing completions in a single season 435. Most career pass attempts 6,224. Most passing attempts in a single season 727. Most passing attempts in a game 63. Highest career completion percentage 62.6%. Highest completion percentage in a single season 67.2%. Highest completion percentage in a game 88.0%. Most career passing yards 45,109. Most passing yards in a single season 5,038. Most passing yards in a game 520. Most career 4,000 passing yard seasons 8. Most consecutive seasons with 4,000 passing yards 7. Most career games with 400 plus passing yards 10. Most career games with 300 plus passing yards 49. Most games with 300 plus passing yards in a single season 8. Most passing touchdowns in a single season 41. Most passing touchdowns in a game 5. Most career passing touchdowns 282. Most games in a season with at least one passing touchdown 16. Lowest career interception percentage 2.3%. Most career yards per game 273.4. Most yards per game in a single season 314.9. Highest career passer rating 89.9. Highest passer rating in a single season 106.0. Most career fourth quarter comeback wins 31. Most fourth quarter comeback wins in a single season 8. Most career game-winning drives 38. Most game-winning drives in a single season 8. Most consecutive completed pass attempts in a game 14. Los Angeles Rams franchise records. Most touchdown passes in a single season 41. Most passing yards in a single season 4,886. Most pass completions in a single season 404.